Yesterday we were in the 31st stanza, wherein it was very clearly established. See, as I told in Vedanta, the prakriya, it is called the prakriya. Prakriya means the modus operandi of the techniques adopted in the Vedanta for realization of the self. So, in that course, it consists of 3 steps. The first step is called a Shravana, that is hearing about it. First you have to hear what is Brahman, what's his relationship with his body, what's his relationship with the world. So you should be thoroughly knowledgeable as far as the external knowledge is concerned. It is not an experiential knowledge. It is not called vijnana. There is a difference between jnana and vijnana. Jnana is called paroksha jnana. Paroksha jnana means your knowledge obtained indirectly from the scriptures, from the Guru, from the preceptor. That is called the paroksha jnana. So it is essential to have it first. So the Guru clearly tells him, and the second process, the second step in the process is called the manan. He goes and sits. He goes on thinking of whatever his Guru has told about the Brahman and the relationship with the world. And he tries to convince himself, by himself, trying to interpolate analogies from the daily life. Oh, yes, in the dream it happened so. In the dream it is I who have created the entire world. I alone am. While I am beyond time and space, I created a different time and space. So what he said is correct. Well, it could be extended to this world too. Like that, perhaps, he uses his common sense. He uses all the events which happens in daily life. He links it with the instructions of his Guru, and then he tries to affirm all the instructions of the Guru. Yes, what he is told is correct. In other words, you have to absorb it. It has to permeate into every cell of yours. Any man in you ask him, who are you? Well, I am Shantananda, having this beard and all that, coming from such and such a place. So, all these qualifications are unwanted upadhis. They are all superimpositions. You are not Shantananda. When you are born, the God has not created you with a placard with the name Shantananda inscribed in it. It is all a name through imagination which we have yourself given. Somebody else has given you, your father and mother has given you the name. So you never had a name. And even this form doesn't belong to you. It is an act. So you are like an actor in a costume. This costume is not yours. So you have nothing to do with your body. You have nothing to do with the entire complex of mind, body, and the indriyas, all the senses. The karmendriyas, the senses of action, the senses of perception. You have nothing to do with them all. Atman is absolutely different from these limiting adjuncts. We have heard this. The next process is called manana. Manana means how you can justify yourself the instructions imbibed from the Guru. So these 3 shlokas, the 2 shlokas, 32 and 33, they belong to manana prakara. How you will contemplate, how you will meditate on it. You will meditate, you will try to convince yourself of it by taking worldly analogies or worldly similes from daily life. Then 34 onwards, 34, 35, 36, and 37, up to 36, they are called a nididhyasana. The third process, when once you are convinced, you just sit, making yourself one with that consciousness. When you are convinced that I am that supreme consciousness, well, be there. I am that Atman, I am that supreme consciousness. I am not immortal, I am not mortal. Nothing can affect me. I will not be affected by any changes. I am changeless. So these are very good for meditation purposes, both the manana and the nididhyasana. So normally many people get them by heart from 32 onwards. So 32 is an important shloka where you are trying to convince yourself. He only said this much in the previous one. You have nothing to do with your body, you are different from the body. You have nothing to do with your senses, you are different from the senses. Now, he is trying to extend it. He is trying to think over it. How does he think? Dehan yatvan me janma jara karshalayadayaha shabda divishayai sangaha nirindriyadayanacha. The teacher has said in the previous one, Shariradi etad vilakshanam vidya. You are not the body, you are not the mind. You consider that Atman is something unique and far different from all these. Now he says, yes. If I am different from the body, then that means I have so long been identifying myself with the body. The body is subject to death. The body is subject to birth. The body becomes thin one day when I am ill. The body becomes fat when I am getting a very good, excellent means as Sri Ramanasramam. And the body becomes old sometimes. And this is all the characters of the body. If I am not the body, that means I am free from all these things. Dehan nyatvan name janma. Deha anyatva. As I am different from the body, as I am not the body, so what follows? Now he is logically taking it further. The Guru told him only that much. You are not the body. Now he is trying to think what are his effects. What does it mean? If I am not the body, I am free from all the characters of the body. So long I have been identifying myself with the body, and I have been thinking, oh, I am going to die, I am now 70, I don't know how long I will live, another 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. And I am having toothache, I am having neck-ache, I am having spondylosis, I am having arthritis. Who is having arthritis? Who is having spondylosis? Not you, not you. It is the bulb which may be stained by colors. Atman cannot be stained, the electricity cannot be stained. You may paint the bulb blue, you may paint the bulb as red, but you can't paint that electricity. You can't touch it. In a similar way, the characteristics of the body cannot be carried over to the Atman. So he says, Name Janma, oh my Lord, I am birthless. I have never had a birth. Many will be sorry because they will be losing their birthday presents. Name Janma, I don't have a birth at all. Then, Name Jara Karsya Layadeyaha. Name Jara. Jara means decrepitude, old age. That is, when once you begin to get 1 or 2 white hairs, doesn't matter, leave it, pull it out. Then slowly, half the head has turned white. People will say, oh, you are becoming old. No, no. From the next day you purchase, paint it black. So, this old age is not me. Why should I bother? Let it go white, let it grow brown, I don't care. Jara nasti. I don't have any old age. If I have, I should be careful about it. I should try to hide it. But I am not the body. Let the body go to hell. Let it do anything it likes. Let it lose all the 32 teeth. What does it matter to me? Jara nasti. Karshya. I can never become lean. I can never become undernourished. So many times, many of us have got a self-pity. Oh, for the last so many months, I can't afford good ghee, so my health is becoming bad. I am not having proper nutrition. So why do you bother? It doesn't belong to you. You are always full of nutrition. You are the Atma. It is you who give nutrition to all. And why should you be starved of nutrition? The question is in the right. Name karshyam. I don't have any thinness. Then laya. Laya means death. Finally you merge in the Prakriti. So laya represents death. I don't have any death. So why should you be afraid? You see, in the world, out of all the unhappiness we have got, the maximum unhappiness is when we think we are very proximate to death and death is going to overcome us. It is called abhinivesha. In the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, he is talking of 5 different kinds of dukkha or unhappiness, out of which the worst is about this. Even the best of people, even the most educated people, the moment they know that their body is getting bad, the doctor has said, no, your kidney has failed, it's a question of 2 days or 3 days. Well, you are simply becoming a pall. You are afraid. Number one, you are going to some unknown thing. Number one, you are leaving all your possessions, all known possessions, persons, things. So how will I live without possessions? So you are afraid of that. So I need not be afraid of them because I am immortal. Atman is immortal. Atman simply discards it like a garment. When a garment becomes torn, when your bushet becomes torn, you don't weep, oh my bushet is gone. You just throw it off, go to the market and purchase a new one. Similarly, when the Atman finds his garment completely torn and no more useful, he just discards it, goes happily, wanders in the heavens for some time perhaps, comes back, takes a new body which is more conducive to his conditioning. Jara karsha layadeha. Adeha means etc., etc. What else more? What else is the characteristic of the body? The body has got various other changes. The total is, we have got 6 vikaras. He has only mentioned the Jara, Karsha, Laya, Janma, only 4. There is something more. The something more is apachiyate. Every day we decay. I am 70 years old. I find I can't hear. One of my ears has gone bad. I have to hear this ear everywhere. Whoever talks, I have to turn my face like that. So, this sort of a deterioration, daily decay of every part of your body, there is a change. That I don't have. It is all for the body. I am different from the body, as my Guru has said. Then, vardhate. Every day in the beginning you are growing. A boy aged about 8 years, after 3-4 years he comes, he's a tall boy, 6-footer or more than that. And his facial features have all changed. He is more confident. His adolescence is gone. So he has changed. Atman has no change. Atman has no change of mood. Atman has no change of features. It doesn't change in any manner whatsoever. Then, so he has come to this conclusion that I don't have any of the body characteristics. Very good. I am now happy. So a part of your peace is restored the moment you know I am not the body. Now, the other portion is there. The other portion, it is not a question of restoring your confidence or restoring, it is a question of getting involved, getting engaged in the temptations of life. You have to save yourself from it. Well, it is so easy, I find now. How? Nirindriyataya. When he has said that I have nothing to do with the indriya, Nirindriyataya, I am unique. I am different from the senses. I am not the eye. So if you are not the eye, it is the eye which gets perturbed on seeing some sight, some gruesome sight of an accident where 20 people are lying dead. Oh my Lord, I can't see it. But then the Atman will not shut its eyes. Atman is not concerned because it has nothing to do with these senses. So it doesn't come into contact with any of the characteristics of the indriyas, of especially the senses of perception. So, eye sees rupa. The five indriyas are connected with five functions. The eye sees the form, that is rupa. The tongue tastes, it says this is bitter, oh this is a bit hot, this is pungent, this is sweet. So these vishayas means the sense objects, the objects which are being absorbed through your senses. You can't absorb anything wholly. When once you see a flower, you are tasting it in installments. Because the eye sees the rose, the nose smells the smell, like that. And your ear hears the nice bees swarming around and making some sound. And then, when you taste a petal, it is your tongue which tastes. Thus, each sense is absorbing one portion of the entire flower. You can't take it wholly, immediately at a time. The connection is made by the buddhi. It gives you an integrated picture. But you are savoring it in installments, not all at a time. So because I don't have any of these senses of perception, as I am not the eye, I cannot see it. The Atman cannot see any form. The Atman has got no form, nor can it see any form. It has no connection with any form. Similarly, it is not the ear. So it has no connection with any shabda, with any noise. Shabda, rupa, shabda. It is not the tongue. So it has nothing to do with the taste. Atman is not bothered whether something is bitter, something is sweet, something is pungent. Is not bothered about it. Atman has no taste. It has no connection with any taste. So that is rasa. Then sparsha. The skin feels, oh, it's all hot. The skin feels, oh my Lord, this ice is so cold, I can't touch it. So all these sorts of sensations, sensations of pleasantness, sensations of unpleasantness, sensations of heat, sensations of cold, you are getting through the skin. I am not the skin. So I don't have any sensation. The Atman is not afraid of cold. Atman is not afraid of heat. So it has no connection with the functions of the skin. Then lastly, the smell. It is the nose which smells and says, oh, it's a very bad odor. It is lousy. Or it says, what a fragrance. Atman doesn't have any fragrance. Atman is not connected with a bad odor. Absolutely not. It's not concerned. Oh my Lord, what a good thing. We all get hot because our senses get, it passes on to the intellect. Intellect gives it a name. and then it goes into your subconscious mind. Then what happens is you get a desire, I would like to possess it. What a nice story. Oh, I never thought, I've gone by this time several times. I think it is newly come. Oh, what a beauty, what a first-class border. So the eye has seen, it has passed on the message to the buddhi and the mind desires, then anyhow, somehow or other, you want to persuade the people at home and purchase this particular thing, then to get into the action. So all these things follow. And when once you do it, your mind goes on to some other thing, better thing, better thing, better thing. It gets conditioned that whatever new, whatever is attractive is sorry, then you go on purchasing saris. Finally you will become sorry for it only. Because it has become a conditioning in the next birth. The moment our small girl child, you immediately say, I want a sorry, I don't want to down, I want a sorry. Because it is coming from those days. And you are prepared to go to any extent. You are even prepared to steal it from your neighbor. We don't know to what extent this can lead. And then it becomes a papa. Then again we go to hell just for a sorry. That's what happens. So, Shabdadi Vishaye Sangaha Nasti. Why? Because Nirindriyataya. Because I am not any of the Indriyas. I am not any of the senses. I am not the eye, I am not the ear, I am not the nose. So, Shabdadi Vishayahi, along with the objects of all these senses, namely form, sound, taste, touch, and smell. With none of these things I have no concern. I have nothing to do with them. Na sangaha. Sangha means I have no association. I have no association with any of them. So, this is a process of manana. This is how we have to extend. The Guru gives you only a key. The Guru gives you in the form of an aphorism. Aphorism means it is just a short mnemonic form just to make you remember, but its full ramifications can come to you only when you contemplate further on it. Now we go to the next. Amanatvam name dukkha ragadvesha bhayadayaha aprano hyamana shubhraha Yityadi Shruti Shadanat. Yes. My Guru told me that I am not the body. My Guru told me I am not the Indriyas. He went further. My Guru told me, look here, you are not the mind. Amanastva. As because I don't possess any mind, in the sense, I am not the mind. Amanastvat means, as I am not the mind is different from me. Mind is one of the positions, perhaps. I am able to see the mind. So mind is only of this, one of the sceneries. I am not mind. If I can see the book, I can't be the book. I am the seer of the book. So I am the seer of the mind. I am not the mind. Amanastva. So, all the qualities and characteristics which come from the mind, which are also some of the main factors which causes hardships, sufferings, unhappiness, sorrow, I am free. I won't have the characteristics of the mind, I am free. Free from what? The characteristics of the mind. What are the characteristics of the mind? Dukkha, raga, dvesha, bhaya, adaya. Dukkha, it is the mind which feels sorrow. It is the mind which feels happiness. I am not bothered if I feel happiness always, but I am very much bothered if I have to feel unhappiness, if I have to feel sorrows. So he speaks of dukkha mainly, not about sukha. Because I want to get rid of all my unhappiness so that I will be always in happiness. The purpose of our entire enterprise in this world, the purpose of our entire life is to get happiness. But externally it will look, you ask here all the people, what do you want? They will say, I would like to have a beautiful house with 20 rooms in Arunachala so that I can house a few of the foreigners and earn some dollars. You ask another one, what do you want? He will say, I would like to have a Mercedes Benz. You ask a third man, what do you want? I want to send my son for studying in Harvard University. You say it will cost a lot and I don't have that much money. I would like to have it. But ultimately you ask him, why do you want that building in Arunachala? Why did you want that car, that Mercedes Benz? Why do you want your son to go to the Harvard University? It will give me happiness. My mind will get happiness out of it. So ultimately, the objective of everybody in the world, from a child onwards, even when you are born, as people like Freud have said, it is all happiness based. We all want happiness. So, because I am not the mind, well, I will get rid of all dukkhas. I will never have any sorrow. Sorrow is an attitude of the mind. It doesn't come from the thing. It doesn't come from the person. Look here. My son had been in USA for the last 25 years. She had never come back. Suddenly a telegram comes, I am coming by such and such flight. So happy, you go with a garland to receive your son. Try to find out some chaps who allow you into the airport secretly. You go there and wait. The son arrives. You are so happy, so happy. You just go on embracing him as if you would never leave him. He comes. Just a fortnight later, on the dinner table, there is a controversy between father and son as to who is going to win in the cricket. He says Pakistan, you say India. Finally it becomes such a big conflict. He says, you are no longer a son of yours, I am not going to talk to you. Where is the happiness gone? Now you are full of sorrow to have such a son who dares to contradict you in your own house. So, it has not come from the son. The same son gave you happiness yesterday, and today he is giving you unhappiness. So if the chap has got a nature of happiness, if we can give you always happiness, then how then the same person becomes capable of giving you sorrow? So it is not in that person, it is in you. Well, somebody has prepared some nice rava idli. So nice. He puts 3, you ask him 3 more please. 6 you take and nice. 11 o'clock onwards you can't sleep, some garbage, something is going on, some sounds are coming from the stomach, you feel like vomiting, you are having terrific colic. What is happening? The idli gave you so much happiness, only this evening, and suddenly now you bring one idli and tell him, come on sir, you please take it. He will say, get out, take it off. So the same idli has become a source of sorrow now. So was that happiness or unhappiness? Was it in the idli or was it in you? It is your attitude which has changed. So all the dukkhas, all the sorrows are in your mind. So the moment you have disconnected yourself with the mind, disassociated yourself with the mind, very good. You will never have any unhappiness. Then the first stage. Then raga dvesha. I like it, I don't like it. I like it, I don't like it. This is again what is going to cost you. All these ideas of I like it, I don't like it, they become the conditioning in your mind. So what you like, you try to get it at any cost. And what you don't like, you cannot tolerate it for a moment. I have come to Ramanashram for doing sadhana. But then you found
in your room, a few mosquitoes shall come. Oh my Lord, I never thought I will have mosquitoes in this ashram. No, no. And all the 3 days he lives, he is thinking of mosquitoes. While going around the samadhi, he is thinking of mosquitoes. I am sure to get malaria, I am sure to get malaria. And he goes 2 days earlier. So, a thing which you do not like, it can cause you so much harm which you are not knowing. Not only now, it gets into your mind, it gets into your chitta, the computer memory, and it remains there as a vasana. That is called the vasana. Vasana means the conditioning. This conditioning is going to follow you from birth to birth. It is not so easy to eradicate it, so easy to dispel it. No. It is going to cause you all the trouble. That is why he says, now I am free, I don't have any of these vasanas, I will have neither raga nor dvesha. I will never say this is fine, this I like, this I don't like. No likes, no dislikes. No attachment, no desires, and no revulsion or no repulsion. Bhayadaya. Bhaya. Fear. Fear is an aspect of the mind. You see, they say, a coward dies 1,000 deaths. Before it comes, his imagination works overtime, and he goes on thinking, oh, the mosquitoes have come. Recently they said this malaria is not being cured by any medicine. They have all become immune to all, and when once they have come, every 5th day I am going to suffer, I am going to get shivering. Then he will begin to feel as if he is already shivering. So this is the bhaya, this is the fear. You are afraid of everything. You are afraid of accumulating more money. The income tax charge will come and catch you by the neck. You are afraid of going into the street. Some dacoit may come and beat you and take away the purse. You are afraid of your own son. That fellow may one day come on, give me my share, all these are all property of my grandfather, so these are all accurate to me, I am a major now. So you are afraid of everybody. Afraid of wife, afraid of husband, afraid of son. Wherever you go, fear complex is something. Security, lack of security, that also causes fear. So when these are all aspects of the mind, these are all my mental imaginations, mental fabrications. So the moment I say that I am not the mind, what do I care? All these things go along with the mind, none of the characteristics of the mind is going to catch me. So, now, after telling, he is coming to pran, the vital breath. Because many people, when they find that I am not the body, I am not the mind, yes, I am likely to be this vital breath which goes inside, gets that cosmic energy, and it is going and strengthening and buttressing all my cells. So that should be the Atma. No, it cannot be. Well, already he has given the various techniques by which in the Panchakocha I have already told you how to ignore, how to come to the conclusion that prana cannot be myself. So now, here, he is going to quote the Vedas. In the olden days, Vedas were the highest authority. We always say when somebody is very authentic, we say, oh, it's a Bible for him. It is a scripture. So, Veda Pramana, we always believe Veda, whatever it says, has to be true. What is the Veda? Veda was a record of the ultimate experiences of the sages. What were inexplicable, they would try to explain it to the best possible extent. So as such, none of us could ignore, because all the sages who have written it, they were all people who were pure, people who had renunciation of the mind. So, we consider it as an authority. So he says, yes, see, this is the sort of manana. He is just trying to say, First he was arguing. Now he says, yes, this is very much told the Vedas too. So whatever my Guru has said, it is not against the scriptures. Whatever he said, it is affirmed by the Vedas too. Shruti Sasana. These are the injunctions of the Vedas. Shruti means the Veda. It is called the Shruti because Shruti means hearing. It is called the Shruti because in the earlier days Vedas were never put into print. And it was impossible that 20,000, 40,000, 1 lakh hymns could be written and there were 100 students, you give each one a copy, it's never possible. So as such, the teacher used to tell them, and he will repeat it 3 times, this is called the method of Santa. Santa in Tamil we say. That is, by going on hearing and repeating, even for 15 to 20 days, it will automatically come. Initially we will get afraid. You see this Rudram and some of the places, your Rudra, Guna, Nivishwa. See, it comes in such a way, see, it looks difficult because you have also to see the accent. Some are upward, some are down, some are upward, some are down. So, with all that to tell, you think it is impossible, but you will find 15 days anybody can get through some 10 pages or 11 pages of Vedas. It is not all difficult. We used to do like that when we were children. At the 10th year, our parents would teach us these scriptures, these portions. Just 15 days, up to 15 days, they will not allow us to see the books. It will be only by note, only by, we will be going on telling only by mouth to mouth, only by hearing. So it is called a Shruti. Shruti Sasana, by the injunctions, by the command of the Vedas too, my Guru's words are affirmed. What does the Shruti say? Aprano Hyamana Subhraha. This is a quotation from Mundakopanishad. Mundakopanishad says, Aprano Hyamana Subhraha Aksharas Paramaparaha Yetasmad Jayate Prano Manas Sarvendriyanisha. Like that it goes in the Mundakopanishad. Mundakopanishad is one of the best of the Upanishads, especially for those people who want to reach the higher heights of spirituality, the Samadhi state. For them it is extremely good. Here he says, Amanaha, I am not the mind, I have no mind. The Atman hasn't got any mind. Atman has no association with the mind. It is not the mind. Apranaha, it is not the bioforce. It is not the vital breath. It is not the prana. It is not that life force. It is different from it. Apranaha, Amanaha. Then Subhraha, it is pure, it is pure, absolutely untravelled by any impurities. It is absolutely pure. Subhraha, Ityadi, etc., etc. This is what the Mundakopanishad says. So as such, what my Guru has said, it is confirmed. Yes, I agree. I think my Guru has guided me in the right direction. This is how the man does manana. Manana means the meditation he does like that. Now comes the beautiful portion. It is almost like the Ribukika portions, which we can do it for Brahmananda. There is the last stage, which is called the contemplation. Even though we are using it all loosely, because whether it is contemplation or meditation, we use the term meditation, the modern parlance, the modern world uses only the word meditation. The word contemplation is seldom used, nor do people know about the differences between the contemplation and meditation. They are all given in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Because out of the 8 stages, the 6th stage is the meditation portion, that is the dhyana. Then the next portion is concentration, that is dharana. The last stage is called samadhi. So there are total 8 steps over there. So in that, this Nididhyasana comes. Nididhyasana means going up to the Samadhi stage. Then the last stage. So in the Nididhyasana, when you are to continuously, incessantly, ceaselessly, when you have to think of your Atma, this is how we should think. Nidguno, Nidkriyo, Nityo, Nirvikalpo, Niranjanaha, Nirvikaro, Nirakaro, Nitya Muktosmi, Nirmalaha. He is going into an ecstatic stage because through Manana he has been so convinced that it is the truth. I am the Atman. I am free from all these. Already most of the bondages have left me. When you have dissociated itself in the body and the body's characteristic, a lot of your worries have gone. And secondly, when you have dissociated the mind, the rest of it is all gone. Even those imagined sorrows, they have all gone. Imagine the hardships. Everything is imagined. So, this is how she says, Nirgunaha, oh I am happy now. I am without any of those modes. Guna in this case we don't translate it as quality. This is, we call it as mode. Because it is a constituent block. I will call it the building block, that is the three gunas, which are called the Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna and the Tamo Guna. These three are not qualities. It is they which create your qualities. They are constituents. The Prakriti is made up of them. So whatever Siddhi makes, the Prakriti puts this as the constituents. Only thing is, the mutual percentages may differ. Somebody may have 80% of Sattva Guna, 15% of Rajo Guna and 5% of Tamo Guna. Somebody may have 2%, 20% and the rest. So like that, the percentages could differ and it could be lakhs of permutations and combinations. It's only the mathematicians who can tell you. So, millions of people with millions of characters, millions of qualities, they come because of these gunas. So that is why guna is not translated as qualities, we call it as modes. Nirgunaha. I don't have any of these gunas. Guna-atita, yes. So long as you are in one of these gunas, if you have got prominently, if you have Rajo Guna, what will happen? You will start, I want to start a project, I want to start a free hospital here. Then he will try to get all medicines, he will try to build a hospital, he will try to get some good doctors, good compounders. After 2 weeks, he finds some of those medicines which you purchase, they are all being available in some of the shops. Somebody has sold it off. And you knew that only 20% per day came and huge quantities you had purchased. The doctor says, it's all over, sir, I have finished with the patients, get me more. Then you say, oh my Lord, what is happening? I can't be giving 1 lakh per day. Now you want somebody to supervise, you put another man. Well, he has his cut. So the price goes up. That's all. The corruption doesn't come down. So you feel a headache. And then the nurses come to you. They are having all problems. They say the doctors treat us badly. The compounders come to you. So all sorts of problems come. So the moment you are in gunas, the problems come. Even when you are in sattva guna, what happens? I know a number of people who think that they are doing sadhanas. All their life for 60 years, they have only been reading books. Jakshamurti, Osho, that's all. It is just like a person who has got a book on how to swim, he has gone through it 100 times, goes and stands by the side of the river and goes on seeing everybody swimming, but he doesn't have the guts to swim at all. That's all. What is the... This is called Shastra Vasana. This is called the Grantha Vasana. Only reading books, but never try to sit on meditation even for half an hour is of absolutely no use. So this is Sattva Guna. This is not Rajoguna, this is not Tamoguna. You are engaged, but it is not such a big activity as you have to go here or there, move with people, have contact with people. Because in Rajoguna, we have to move with people. Then what happens? You come into conflict with somebody is not prepared to obey your command, your ego is hurt. So all these things happen. So long as you are in any of the gunas, even in the best of the gunas, Sattva Guna is supposed to be the best. You know what is the difference between these three gunas? A beautiful story has been told by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. There was a chap who was going in the forest, a man with a lot of money, some businessman. There were three robbers. They came and fought with him. The first robber took away all his possessions. His name is Tamoguna. The other fellow is Rajoguna. That dacoit, what he did, he bet him black and blue. He has already taken away his possessions, but he just bet him black and blue and then tied him to a tree. And then he suggested, both the two, the Rajoguna and the Tamoguna, both suggested, we should not leave him here, because tomorrow, if somebody rescues him, he may recognize us later on and he may give information to the police, finish him off. This is what the two gunas said. This Sattva Guna interfered. Look here, we have taken away his position. We have bet him subsequently. Leave him here in this outer way forest. Who is going to come? By that time he may not even leave. Come on, yaar, let us go. So the other two left. Quietly after about 3-4 minutes, the Sattva Guna came back. He just untied this fellow. And then, being night time, this fellow is already, confused. So he doesn't know which way to go. So this robber, he takes him up to some distance. After the end of the forest, he shows him, look here, those lights, there's a city, you can get a nice accommodation, you can get yourself treated, you go there is the nearest city. I can't come there, the police will recognize me, my photo is there in all the police stations, in all the railway stations, so I can't come. So he is a robber, he can come only this far and not. He can only show you at a distance. Look here, that is there. You go. Now, it is for you to make the rest of the effort, walk alone and reach the city. These are the differences between the Tamoguna, Rajoguna and Sattva Guna. I'll just stop with this. The ultimate sadhana, which consists of the 3 steps, namely hearing, secondly, meditating on it by using his own logic and reasoning to apply on it, so that he could become fully convinced of whatever his Guru has told him. And the last step is nididhyasana. That is where continuous contemplation of the Lord and nothing but that. Continuous, ceaseless, incessant contemplation. How to contemplate? Because it's not easy for us simply to say, oh consciousness, oh consciousness, oh consciousness, that is mantra. So, we would rather think about its entire circumference. You can't concentrate your mind at the center easily. So have a big circumference. Circumference means think of all the qualities of the Atma. And you say, I am that. Instead of simply saying, I am that, I am that, I am that. You think of each and continuously, day in and day out, if you go on thinking, all those qualities will come. The day you get all those qualities, there is a day when you are the pure Atma and you are no longer the jiva. There is a stage to which you come. So the beautiful contemplation which is worthy of getting my heart is, I am the one who is not affected by any of the 3 gunas. Yes, if I am affected by Sattva Guna, supposing I got a prominent Sattva Guna, what will happen? Sattva Guna consists of these small pleasures. I got a beautiful intellect with some little gunpowder, then I feel happy. How long? 15 minutes, half an hour. So these small pleasures, they come out of Sattva Guna. Any pleasure, any happiness, small ones, they all came from Sattva. Well, that's again going to induce you to go for more desires. I should have more, I should have more. As many times as you take, you will wish that another day you should get it. And then it's going to involve you in a bad condition. So, he is free from any Sattva Guna. He is free from Rajo Guna. I am free from Rajo Guna. What do you mean by that? I am absolutely, there is nobody who can disturb me. I am always at peace. I won't have any anger. I don't have any desires. Desire and anger are the two prongs of the Rajo Guna. It attacks us through these two. So, I am not any of these gunas, so none of them is going to agitate me. So I am free from it. The lastly is Tamo Guna. That means, the moment we sit for meditation, very often we sleep. We don't normally sleep. Sometimes our voice is heard by the Lord even, with an open mouth sometimes. We are not even aware of it. The drowsiness comes, lassitude comes. You try to postpone. Today you couldn't do. All right, yeah, what is there? One day I don't do, I'll do it tomorrow. Postponing. These are all the effects of Tamo Guna. I am not from Tamo Guna. So none of these defects which come out in three gunas, all the defects which come in this life, they are due to one or the other, the play of one or the other.